Okay, last thing to do, I just want to give you some general heads up, sort of for the rest of the semester kind of thing. Now, next Tuesday is October 20th, and that's when midterm grades are due. Now, for all of you who are freshmen, you can log on to WebStar, starting, I guess, probably Wednesday the 21st, and you can actually look up your midterm grades. Now, I'll be posting midterm grades for anyone who's a freshman in my class. Now, what I want you to know is the midterm grades for my class do not necessarily represent where you are in my class. It's not actually half of your grade, and it won't be calculated as half of your grade. The only grades that are going into your midterm grade are, I'm going to grade the Unit 1 essays, right, the final versions of your Unit 1 essays this weekend, so those will be in there. So that's your final grade for your Unit 1, and then, of course, your first grade for your Unit 2 essay. Now, of course, many of you have received R's, so that means that I have to calculate them as F's for now. So the midterm grades probably aren't going to look that fantastic for you, but I don't want you to worry about that. On Tuesday, I'm going to hand out a note to each student, individualized for each of you, that will have your grades on there, and we'll sort of let you know how I think you're doing in the class. If I'm concerned, if I think you need to put in more effort, if I think you're doing a really good job, just to sort of let you know how you stand in the class and whether you need to think about withdrawing or not and all that good stuff. So when you look at your midterm grades on Wednesday, you log into WebStar and you see a grade that you're not happy with from my class, just keep in mind it's not a true reflection of how much work you've done, and it's not even a true reflection of the midpoint of our semester, right? So don't panic about it, don't freak out. I'll give you notes, to let you know where you stand in this class. No big deal. Now, the other thing is I want to discuss, when's the Unit 2 revision due and when's the Unit 3 revision due? So I sat down with my calendar and I figured out all the due dates for the rest of the semester. Hopefully they won't need to change, but there's always that chance. So here they are. The Unit 2 revision will be due on November 3rd. Unit 3, of course, will be written in class next Thursday, so it'll be due October 22nd. The Unit 3 revision, okay, so I'll take them next weekend and grade the Unit 3s and give them back. The Unit 3 revision will be due November 11th. Unit 4 will be turned in on November 15th. The Unit 4 revision is due at the final exam, and the Unit 5 turn-in is due at the final exam. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is that the Unit 5, you only turn it into me once, okay? There isn't any turn it into me and then get my comments and then do a revision. No, it's one shot. And the reason why is because it's the end of the semester now, and you should know your writing process, right? You should be drafting, brainstorming, thinking, outlining, writing, revising, and doing all of these things on your own. Up to that point, I will have, given you a big hands up by taking your essay and looking at it individually and giving you comments. But by Unit 5, you should really be able to handle this on your own by yourself. Of course, I will be available for questions and conferences if you need to talk about Unit 5, and we're going to have 3 long weeks to go over it, and you're going to have a little extra time to write it because it's not due till the final exam. So don't panic about that yet. We'll get there when we get there. I just wanted to sort of give you a heads up. So those dates, one more time. Unit 2 revision, due November 3rd. The Unit 3 will be turned in October 22nd. The Unit 3 revision is due November 11th. The Unit 4 turn-in is on November 15th, and the Unit 4 revision is due at the final exam. The Unit 5 is due at the final exam, and of course, you have to turn in your portfolios, right, for the final exam, which is Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5. Okay, so I want, for all those essays, I want your original essays, any drafts that you might still have, and of course the final graded versions. And then we'll put all that into a folder, and it'll be like your portfolio of what you have done in this 1157 class. October 21st, your midterm grades will be available online only for freshmen. On October 20th, I will hand you individual notes about, where you stand in the class and all that, and then the dates. Okay, so I'm going to put the dates up on the screen. You might want to hit pause because they're only going to be there for like 4 seconds, okay? I will see you all Tuesday in class on campus.